Ladies and gentlemen, our show will begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's ride.
But coming to the stage right now, I love him. He's got glasses. He is Tyler Ferron!
Hey everybody, how's it going? Woo! Yeah! I'm here to tell you the weird stuff my brain thinks of and hope you laugh. So anyway, have you ever tried to do a task so mundane, so simple, that you just keep on messing up? Like the other day, I was making an omelet. You know, got my bowl, I got my whisk, got my eggs. Easy. Made one, tap, tap, splorsh. Shell just shatters, goes everywhere. I'm just like, oh, gosh darn it. Fine, it's a fluke. It happens. Pull out the shells, you gotta like fish them out of the egg yolks, and now your hand's all goopy. Gotta wash it off. It's like, okay, you know what? Fine, it's fine. Second egg, surely it can't possibly happen again. Tink, tink, splorsh. Gosh, dang it. Okay, so you have to clean up again. It's like, what's going on? This is such an easy task. Why am I messing up so much? Whatever, you know what? It's just another fluke. It happens. Third egg. I can do this. You're standing there, it's like, okay. I'm going to do it in 3, 2. And that is why I am like an Aztec god.
Yeah.
Now, if you've never studied Aztec mythology, I highly recommend you study it. It is honestly just so frickin' metal. I mean, there is a god literally called the Flayed One. It is the god of arts and crafts. It took the Aztec gods 5 tries to make this world. I would have given up after like 3. So, you know, first the universe poofs into existence, pop, and then there are 4 main gods, one for each general direction on the compass. Now these gods pop up and are like, cool, what do we do now? We're gods, let's just make some stuff. So they went and started making stuff like pop, pop, pop. But then everything started to fall into the ocean and proceeded to be eaten by a giant half-fish, half-crocodile monster with jaws on every single one of its joints. I'm pretty sure that thing went to high school with Cthulhu, just saying. Now, obviously, the gods aren't too jazzed about this, so they're like, well, shoot, what do we do about this? Let's just go beat him up. As gods do. They go down, and they kick him up. Cool. Now the monster's dead, and they're like, well, what? I have an idea. Let's just turn its body into land. Perfect. Now I'm sure all of you have heard that Aztec culture was just filled with blood sacrifices and lots of chaos. But there's a reason to that, and that is if you do not satiate the ground with blood, then the crocodile monster is going to wake up. And it's going to eat your tootsies. All I'm saying is, better safe than sorry. So, the gods, they have their ground. They're like, cool, it's kind of dark right now. Does anyone want to be the sun? Tezcatlipoca, the god of the north, was like, sure, I'll be the sun. Goes up there, it's like, bing! Problem was that he actually lost his leg in the crocodile fight. So he could only really turn into half a sun. But I mean, it worked. It's like, cool, we got ground, we got the sun, let's make some humans. Let's make them giant for some reason, and they're only going to eat acorns. But I mean, it worked. It worked out pretty well for about 600 years. That's when the sibling rivalry started to happen. Quetzalcoatl, the god of the west, who, might I add, is a giant flying white dragon, comes up and is like, hey, I'm going to poke him with a stick. Now, Tezcatlipoca, he didn't really wake up on the right side of the bed that morning. He might have overreacted just a little bit by causing jaguars to rain from the sky, killing everyone. Now, I mean, siblings get a sibling, I guess, but now they have this whole mess. The god's like, okay, fine, who wants to be the second son? Quetzalcoatl, you be the second son, we'll make some more humans, smaller this time, and it'll be a good old day. So, it worked for a little while. But after a little bit, the humans just started to not appreciate the gods that much. And the gods were getting kind of fed up with it. And Tezcatlipoca was like, okay, you know what? I have an idea. It's going to solve all of our problems. Boom! Now they're all monkeys. Now, Quetzalcoatl, he really liked those humans. And to have them all suddenly be turned into monkeys, he did not take it that well. He was like, you know what? I don't want these frickin' monkeys. Blah! And blew them all off the face of the earth. Then he proceeded to run home, lock his door, and do nothing but listen to Linkin Park for the next 100 years. So third son's the charm, okay? This time they got the god Tlaloc, who was the god of rain. He went up there and was like, okay, I'm the god of rain, now I'm also the sun. It'll be part sun and rain. I'll be perfect. I'm the perfect job for this. So he was pretty well. However, after a little bit, Tezcatlipoca went up to Tlaloc's wife. He was like, hey, come here often? It was when Tlaloc got the divorce papers. He was like, well, fine, she doesn't love me. Well, I don't need her. I don't need her, and you all, everyone here, you all don't need rain. Nope, no rain for you. After a little bit, the people were like, excuse me, Mr. Sun, can we have some rain? It's like, oh, you want rain? How about you have some rain of fire? Come on, man, you know that's not what they meant. So they needed a fourth son. The gods were like, okay, we should get someone a little less abrasive, someone who really cared about these humans. So they picked Charlachukle, who was a goddess of water. So they got her up there, and she absolutely loved her humans. Like, oh, look at them, they're so sweet. Oh, that one's sacrificing a goat in my name. Oh, that's so thoughtful. Oh, these guys are just the best. Tezcatlipoca, of course, went up and was like, hey, I see what's going on here. You don't like these humans at all. You're just pretending to like them so that way they worship you. You are a total poser. Charlachukle obviously was deeply saddened by this. Words hurt, so she began to cry. Blood. For 52 years. Drowning everyone. Now, imagine being that one god down at the human factory. I mean, you've been doing your job for several millennia, and your retirement's coming up. You know, once this last batch is done, it'll be great. You get that phone call. Hello? Again? For the love of us, I just gave you a new batch like 600 years ago. Fine, fine, I'll make you a new batch, but this is the last time. These things do not come cheap. Now, I just want to preface this. Mythology, it's an ever-evolving thing. It changes with each telling in history. As such, there are several different versions of each myth. I picked this one because it's my favorite, because it's just so wacky. So, the gods are trying to make a fifth son. Like, okay, fine. Tezcatlipoca, you will be the son, and just because, you know, just in case, we'll have a backup. Nonadol, you will be the backup son. Cool. So they went ahead and built the sacrificial bonfire that the gods are going to jump into to become the sun. And Tezcatlipoca goes up there and is like, okay, I'm gonna jump into this fire and be a son. I can do this. I'm gonna jump in 3, 2, 2.5, 2.5. And Donato was just standing there like, dude, what are you, chicken? It's like, hey, excuse me, chickens are not indigenous to this area. I do not know what that is. Fine, man, whatever. And he jumped in first. Tezcatlipoca was like, hey, no, wait, no, this is my shot, come back! And he jumped in as well. This resulted in 2 sons. The gods kind of looked up, like, well, this is a problem. Here, hand me a rabbit. Thank you. But, by throwing a rabbit at Tezcatlipoca's face, they turned him into the moon. I mean, if it works. But Textacotl was still pretty angry. He was like, you know what, fine, you're the sun. I don't care, you're not going to be the sun for much longer. Watch out, because I'm coming to get you. To this day, Textacotl continues to chase the sun around the world, giving you day and night. So, let's do a quick recap. You have being eaten by a jaguar from the sky. You have being turned into a monkey and being blown into space. You have a raging drought followed by a massive inferno, California. You have being drowned by blood tears. And you have the possibility of the sun being eaten by the moon. Now, no offense to Christianity, but you gotta step up your apocalypse game, man. I mean, what do you got? Oh no, it's a flood. Ah. We live in Fargo. That happens almost every single year to us. I mean, what are you afraid of? Your insurance premiums are going to slightly go up. You forgot to take your photo albums out of the basement so they're a little soggy. Oh no. And what's your solution? Oh, let's just build a big boat and leave. Let's just put 2 of every animal on there. Boom, boom, just hold on, wait. Let's save the jaguars and the crocodiles for last. Now, I know this sounds like an insane story, and it really is, but it doesn't mean that you can't glean something from it. And that is, no matter what you're doing, no matter the hardships, the trials, or the tribulations, just keep trying. Because eventually, your final product, even if it's not perfect, it's yours. Thank you.
On behalf of Matt, the comedians, and myself, we wish you a good night. Stay safe, friends.